told Nathanael, come and see this man that they call Jesus of Nazareth. And Nathanael said, can anything good come out of Nazareth? But when he met Jesus, the game changed, and Jesus exceeded his expectation. And instantly, Nathanael was able to declare that indeed he is the Son of God. God is not only going to meet your expectation, but he's going to exceed your expectation. And when he exceeds your expectation, you will also be able to declare that indeed he is a good God. Somebody listening today needs to come and see that the Lord is good. But if you do not go to him, how will you know this God? If you do not follow him, how would you know and how would you experience the goodness and the greatness and the divinity of God? Jesus is the game changer. It doesn't matter how much mistakes you've made in your life. God can turn your mistakes into a mission. Nathanael was honest with Jesus about his human nature, and Jesus showed him his divine nature. If only you can be honest with your humanity, God will show you his divinity. Jesus is the game changer. If there's anything that is wrong in your life, when you go to Jesus, he changes the game for you. Jesus doesn't just meet expectations, he exceeds expectations. So tonight, I want to introduce you to the meter and the exceeder. We have read the scriptures when Philip told Nathanael to come and see this man that everybody has said is Jesus of Nazareth. And Nathanael said, can anything good come out of Nazareth? And Philip said, come and see. Why did Nathanael say that can anything good come out of Nazareth? It was obvious that Nathanael's expectation of Jesus was low. But when he got to Jesus, the game changed. Nathanael was able to declare that indeed this is the Son of God. This was the same man that Nathanael had said, can anything good come out of Nazareth? But when he met Jesus, the game changed, and Jesus exceeded his expectation. And instantly, Nathanael was able to declare that indeed he is the Son of God. God is not only going to meet your expectation, but he's going to exceed your expectation. And when he exceeds your expectation, you will also be able to declare that indeed he is a good God. Philip told Nathanael, come and see this man that they call Jesus of Nazareth. And Nathanael had a choice to decide whether to follow Philip or not. He could have decided not to follow Philip, but he did. And when he met Jesus, his expectation was exceeded. Somebody listening today needs to come and see. Come and see means you need to come to Jesus. Come and see that the Lord is good. But if you do not go to him, how will you know this God? If you do not follow him, how would you know and how would you experience the goodness and the greatness and the divinity of God? When you meet with Jesus, your life is going to change. When you experience Jesus for yourself, your expectations will be exceeded. You've got to experience it. I cannot tell you my own experience of Jesus because the experience is overwhelming. Sometimes it even brings tears to my eyes. I'm short of words. There is no how I can explain or describe the feeling to you. You have to experience Jesus by yourself. When I experienced Jesus, my whole life changed. 360 degrees. It was like a turnaround. You need to experience Jesus. What more can I say? I don't know how I can explain my experience with Jesus with you, but it is so awesome. If you need a turnaround in your life, he's the only one that can do it. If you need a change in your life, he is the only one that can guarantee that change for your life. You've got to experience Jesus for yourself and by yourself. God connects himself to a honest heart. Jesus is saying to somebody today, if only you can be honest with your flaws, if only you can be honest with your mistakes, if only you can be honest with your shortcomings. If only you can be honest with your past. If only you can be honest, I am going to reach out to you. It doesn't matter how much mistakes you've made in your life. God can turn your mistakes into a mission. Nobody else can fill your hopes, your dreams, and your aspirations like Jesus can. Nobody except him. I'm talking from experience. I don't know how my life will be if I do not have Jesus. I just don't know what other life I can have without Jesus being in my life. I cannot picture it, how my life will be without Jesus. I can't. I don't know, because the life I am enjoying, because Jesus is in my life. The things that I am enjoying, because Jesus is in my life. The favor I am getting, the blessings I am getting, the things that are around, everything about my life is simply because I have Jesus. I can never, ever have a life outside him. He's my beginning, he's my end. He's my first and my last. He's my Alpha and my Omega. I can't have any other life apart from the life that I have in Christ Jesus. Because he has so much beautified my life. Oh God, I don't know how to explain to you, but he has beautified my life. He has turned my life around. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. Please, you need to experience him for yourself and by yourself. And then I know that as I am speaking with so much confidence, you also, by the time you have experienced Jesus, you will be able to speak with so much confidence that you cannot have any better life outside the life that you have in Jesus. You see, Jesus saw beyond Nathanael's words. He knew that what Nathanael was saying was not to criticize Jesus, but Nathanael was saying so out of hope. He said, can anything good come out of Nazareth? Because he was hoping that Jesus would meet his expectation. How many times have you said things that people misunderstood? But he alone knows your true intention. What God is saying to somebody today is that if you are honest with your humanity, then I will show you my divinity. Nathanael was honest with Jesus about his human nature, and Jesus showed him his divine nature. Jesus reached out to him, and there was a connection between Nathanael and Jesus. Instantly, Nathanael was able to declare that indeed this is the Son of God. If only you can be honest with your humanity, God will show you his divinity. Because there are things that humanity cannot give you, but only divinity can. There are things that humanity cannot save you from, but only divinity can. God recognizes the words that are not said and the thoughts that are not expressed. Jesus knew Nathanael's thoughts, and it is only someone who knows your thoughts that can declare judgment over you. No wonder Jesus' judgment of Nathanael was that this is an Israelite in whom I have found nothing guilty about him. People may misunderstand your words, but they do not know your thoughts. People may misunderstand your actions, but they do not see your intentions. So be careful not to let the judgment of people weigh you down. Because in the true sense of judgment, it is only God that can pass the correct judgment. Jesus did not judge Nathanael's words because he understood his true intentions. Jacob and Nathanael are similar in so many ways because they were both honest. Have you ever wondered why God still refers to himself as the God of Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac? So God had changed Jacob's name to Israel, but God, when he wants to speak of himself, he still says the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Why not Israel? Why not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel? After all, it was God who changed Jacob's name from Jacob to Israel. I'll tell you why. Because God is reminding him that I identify with your mistakes. I know that I changed your name from Jacob to Israel, but I want to set a reminder that I identify with your past. I identify with your flaws. I identify with your pain. I identify with your failures. I identify with your shortcomings, with your regrets, with your mistakes. And I identify with your honesty. That's why I still refer to myself as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm just trying to remind you that I identify with everything that you have been through. So let's talk about Jacob a little bit more. Jacob was a swindler. He swindled his way through just to steal Esau's birthright. And Jacob realized his mistake, and he was afraid of meeting with Esau. God saw that he had realized that what he did to his brother Esau was wrong. Jacob went to a place and decided to rest. Jacob did not say anything. He didn't talk to God. He didn't pray, but God responded by giving him a dream. So what exactly was God responding to? Why did God come to Jacob in a dream? God was responding to the honesty of his heart. God was saying to Jacob, I understand how you feel about yourself right now. I know you've done some wrong things. I know you have gone astray. But because you are being honest, I will still connect you to my grace. I will still connect you to my power. I will connect you with divinity, and I'm going to attach a blessing to it because I have seen the honesty of your heart. Now, Jesus compared himself with Jacob's ladder. We have seen how the Bible talks about Jacob having a dream, and there was a ladder from the earth that reached to the top of heaven, and he saw angels ascending and descending. So Jesus said, you will see heavens open and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. So there was an ascending and descending of angels. Now, what does this mean? What does this ascending and descending of angels mean? It means a connecting point, a connection between humanity and divinity. That is, God is sending his angels to establish a connection between humanity and divinity. And we see these two scenarios played out in the life of Nathanael and in the life of Jacob. Nathanael hoped that his expectation of Jesus will be met, while Jacob hoped that God will be able to accept somebody like him. Jacob thought that God was going to reject him because of his past, because of his mistakes, because of what he did to his brother Esau. He already had the expectation that God had rejected him. No wonder when God appeared to him in his dream, he said, so God is in this place, but I never knew it. That statement showed that Jacob felt unworthy of himself. He never knew that God could reveal himself to somebody like him. And that is just how many of us are. We go to God expecting rejection. We go to God not sure whether we are worthy enough to be connected to his divine presence. But if only you can be honest, God is ready to reach out to you. Just like the prodigal son, when he went back to his father, he was honest and he said to his father, I have sinned against you. I have done wrong. He was honest. And what did his father do? His father embraced him. If only you can be honest with God, God is willing to reach out to you. God is willing to embrace you. God respects honesty. And the people who usually go to God with questions like, why me, are usually the people that God chooses.